very shortly, in fact just about now, but that is not happening. So let's just tell you a little bit about this wonderful county ground, the county ground Bristol.
Founded nearly 150 years ago, 149 years, so big celebration next year. W.G. Grace, probably one of the most famous, if not the most iconic cricketer in the world, he founded this club along with some members of his family. It's a really rich tradition. We've had some amazing players come through, the likes of the Jessops of the world and you know, more recently the Martha Lanes, some phenomenal overseas talents, Ahira Bass and some really phenomenal players. We were really lucky. We were one of the venues for the women's ICC Women's Cricket World Cup in 2017, so we had some fantastic experience of sort of running, you know, major cricket events. We absolutely loved it. It was super. We're a small ground. You will see some amazing cricket here. You get so close to the action here. You're really tight up. Those front few rows, you're right on the front row. You can almost talk to the cricketers themselves, and you feel like you're just immersed in the day. It's a magical place to watch cricket. It really is.
In a nutshell, you can say the first man in and last man out. But to make sure that everything is ready before the boys comes in and everything is cleaned up for the next morning before boys come back again. Kind of like a mother's job, what you want to call it, in a funny way. Any game, World Cup is the pinnacle of it, and to have it at our ground is an honor. I think since 1999 when we had it. Well, I was watching from up there. There was a game I was watching as a fan or probably a supporter, but now being part in there is a completely different feeling. You can't buy this.
Looking forward to challenges. I mean, challenges are great. The issues come up all the time with the number of people coming into the ground, that sort of thing, all the preparation, because we have to bring in a lot of temporary facilities for matches, for international matches, and getting all that in and the planning for that starts, well, more than 6 months before the event.
People like to see big scores, obviously. People like to see some wickets as well to make an even balance, but it's very difficult to get that fine line between the ball seeming too much and the ball seeming a little bit at the start and lasting for 100 overs and not turning at the end.
When I moved there, I found out that if the ball comes onto the balcony and the glass breaks, the club will pay for it. It hasn't happened to me, but I did have one come into the flat through the open door last year when I was here. Didn't catch that one, unfortunately.
The ball has been known to go actually over the top of the apartments and land in the OB compound the other side.
Oh, lovely. The county ground in Bristol were some of the greats. As you saw there, W.G. Grace, the original W.G. Grace played on that ground. Zahir Abbas, Sadiq Mohammed, Mike Proctor was the captain there. Courtney Walsh played, I think, for about 10 years on that ground. So, yeah, beautiful to see. At the moment, though, there is no cricket taking place on that ground, but Tom, you would have played on there, wouldn't you, a few times?
Yeah, heaps of times.
Yeah.
I played sort of in neighbouring county Worcester for